Guys, it's fucking hot in California. I mean hot. It's reaching to Fahrenheit's of like 120 today in LA alone, and fires are everywhere, and it just seems that this happens every goddamn year. Every year there's always some sort of fire, some sort of issue with our heat problems. I mean, no one really thinks about this, but California used to be a goddamn desert. We're living in a goddamn desert, and we're thinking this is okay. Not to mention the fact that all these heat waves cause blackouts, which may or may not happen during the recording of this video. But people, they lose their homes every goddamn day. We're starting to slowly become the west side Florida of the United States of America here. You got Florida dealing with their hurricanes every goddamn year, and people are okay with that, and they stay there because Florida's cool, I guess. But we have the same issue going on in California where people stay even though there's fires every year as well. And these fires aren't little itty bitty firecracker fires that kids light up on the sidewalks. It's straight up forest fires over here. If you're Hispanic or have ever had any Hispanic friends and you went over to their place and their mom was making something called caldo, or soup in English, I suppose, then you know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about heat. It's hot out here. Hot, hot, hot. And I don't understand. I'm a winter guy myself, okay? So I preferably want to go somewhere cold. I'm not sure if I'm going to stay in California forever, but I don't really like the heat, especially not when it's 120 degrees like this. Getting to this level of heat really makes me glad that I'm not working in Disneyland anymore. Back then when I used to work in Disneyland, I used to work in the Bugs Land area, and that place was humid as hell. And even then, it was also during the giant forest fires then that were absorbing, I don't actually remember the spot, but I mean, that also kind of touches up on a point. People tend to forget about the fires every year. These fires happen every year, people, and people forget about it like it's just going to happen regularly. Hell, you see memes on Twitter. You go on Twitter, and all you see is, oh, another fire. All right, gotta stay indoors. Oh, another fire driving through a giant forest full of flames. Like, it's not a big deal. It's as common as the crackhead you see across the street, at least in my neighborhood. I mean, I know for me, just arguing about it, like, it's not really going to do much. And yeah, the proper way to handle this sort of stuff is to sweep the floor of the forest and make sure there's no, flammable debris in there. But who's really going to do that? We don't have the time to do that. I don't think there's a job for that, at least not that I'm aware of. If you know, please tell me in the comments below. I would love to hear this. Some sort of way to prevent fucking California forest fires every goddamn year, because it's a real big problem that no one's really talking about anymore. It just happens. People's homes burn down, belongings are gone, people die every now and then, and no one bats an eye. It's just another forest fire. It's just another year. We'll see it next year. Hell, people have now resulted in calling it forest fire season. You understand how crazy that is to be in California and just be like, oh, well, it's fire season now. It's going to be hot. Oh, well. And it's not even like no one cares. People just look at it and they go, man, it's hot today. And no one really cares about the people that are suffering out there today. It's very odd. It's just a very weird thing. Everyone has their own headspace and they want to stay in that headspace. And as long as it doesn't affect them, then they don't give a shit, right? It's very weird to me. But I don't know. Something about these forest fires, they just keep piling up. And especially when in times of quarantine and stuff, what are these people going to do? Now that their houses are gone, where are they going to go? They're going to sleep next to the homeless guy across the street that they used to not give money to? Like, this, come on. This is so bad. There's got to be some sort of thing that California can do. But I am not the guy to tell you that. Go speak to a geometrist or something, right? Geographist, however you call them. I don't know. The people that study geography. Weatherman. Where are they? Huh? What are they doing? My heart goes out to all those people that are suffering out there today with all these forest fires and hell, even COVID. Having the forest fires alongside with COVID, holding hand in hand, dick docking and all that jazz. Like, it's horrible to think about. First you have the fires spitting out all the ash into the air, and then you also have the COVID floating around in the air like someone was crop dusting the air for you. Honestly, I wish people would be more dispersed with where they decide to live, because the East and the West are typically the places you want to be, which is very weird. No one likes to go to the mid of the United States of America. Like, it's just unheard of. There's very low populations out there, and everyone is just stuck in these giant cities. But why can't we expand out further? Go away from the treacherous weather circumstances that we're stuck in. Hell, people in California, they're not even worried about the forest fires anymore, right? As I mentioned before, there's also something that people have been waiting for in California called the big one. There's a giant earthquake that everyone is afraid of coming, which people speculate will be somewhere in a range of 8 to 10 in terms of earthquake ratings. I'm not sure what the actual rating for that is, but just imagine a giant booty clapping, right, and making seismic activity, and it slams down on the floor because they slipped on their heel or something. Boom! You got yourself a giant ass earthquake. And I'm kind of afraid, to be honest. I don't really want to be in a city that's on top of a fault. Not to mention, we have fucking dormant volcanoes over here. Like, so many things could happen. We have the forest fire, we got the earthquakes, we got the dormant volcanoes. If all that stuff happens at once, we're fucked. So, I don't know. We got to be careful of that. Save the environment, I guess, is the moral of the story. Do whatever you can for the environment. Be safe. Don't be stupid. Don't smoke around gas stations. Don't litter. Pick something up if you see it on the floor. If you need to recycle, put it in the recycle bin properly and stuff. I don't know. I just feel that something can be done, and we're just not doing it. Hell, COVID, the funny thing is that COVID actually cleaned up our air in California a little bit. If you were to put two pictures side by side, the smog would be hovering over LA, and it looks completely disgusting. It looks like a gray cloud is just hanging up there chilling all the time. But then after COVID came in and the factories shut down for a while, the air had dispersed and it started being much more cleared, and we have some cleaner air now. I don't feel like I'm being choked all the goddamn time, daddy. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about the fires a little bit because it was trending on Twitter and stuff, and everyone's freaking out, or not freaking out, that is. But I think we should be freaking out about it because it's not necessarily healthy for the planet or for us, in that matter, that these fires happen every single goddamn year. If it's happening every year, there's a problem with it. It's preventable. Forest fires are preventable. It's hot. It gets really hot out here in California, but you can prevent a fire unless it just spontaneously combusts. Then, okay, yeah, we have an issue. But, I mean, we can at least prevent it. Now, I feel really bad for those that live in, like, Florida and places in the east, because hurricanes has just happened. Hurricanes are hurricanes, and hurricanes suck, and, with those types of things, you can only really rebuild. But even that, it's like, is it really worth it just rebuilding? Just move somewhere else. Why do you have to be in Florida? I don't know. Someone educate me on this shit. If I'm sounding like a spastic idiot, then please tell me. But these are my thoughts on it, and I just wanted to talk about it because it was kind of bothering the hell out of me, especially since I just think that no one really cares enough anymore. A lot of people just look at their own situation and they just go off of life that way. They don't really care about anyone else most of the time, and it's just a sad sight to see. I wish I could help. I just can't, at least not in the current state that I'm in. I hope everything is okay with everyone, and I hope everything is okay with you. Stay safe out there. Put on your mask, put on your flame retardant suit, and be safe. Bye.